I can't believe we reached 1,000 subscribers. That's like...
Are we on the red button?
Yes, sir.
Are we live?
We're doing it live. Yeah, we're doing it live. No, seriously, I can't believe we hit 1,000. Like, it's crazy to me because I remember, for real, like we were just playing our, PlayStation 4 with the link, PS4 link, and you were trying to beat. Yeah. Who was it that you were trying to beat? It was like
Bahamut.
You kept trying and trying. You're like, yo, just connect to my PS and beat him for me.
Yeah, because I needed the platinum, and I had to cheat a little bit. I needed the pro.
I mean, is that cheating really? I mean, you still...
It's not cheating. It's
teamwork, right? I think that's what it's all about, and that's what it's been this whole time, man. I think that's where it started, right? Yeah. Like, we started our own party and went on our own adventure or journey.
That is true. 100%.
Through the power of a PlayStation 4, a copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the power of the internet, here we are today as two-player sounds 718.
Dude, what else we had? We had 1,000, and that's long, man. That's how many years? 2.5 years, maybe.
Bro, you lose some count. See, that's how hard we're working. It's been 3 years, bro.
I don't even know what day it is today, dog.
We launched at 2021 January, the very first week. But that was like the official launch, but that didn't really take into consideration the 4 or 5 months prior that we were like planning and figuring out and messing with all the technology, like trying to figure out how do we put both of our faces on top of the video with clean audio, and like it's been a whole learning experience the whole time, and
it really was.
I mean, it still is, like, till this day. Even setting this up right now is just...
Yeah. It wasn't easy. It felt like, we're newbies again. Like, how many more years we have in us? 50 more years, you think?
I mean, I don't know. As long as YouTube's
60?
Around, you think YouTube's going to be around for 50 years?
The aliens are going to get us, dog.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're gonna just scoop us.
Let's just scoop it up. You know what? Why don't we just go to them first? We're just gonna take a trip out to space. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
You know what?
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Let's meet them halfway. How about that, right?
I heard we got some questions sent to us.
Yeah. You want to start the questions? Let me pull it up.
Pull it up.
Question from Two Doors. Of course they would write this, and I gotta say it. 2 Doors Uwu 5996, or should I say 2 Doors Uwu 5996. He asks, what? Or they ask, what made you start listening to Visual K? That's a pretty good question. Thanks.
That's a really good question.
I can start it off. Visual K. It goes back for me. I'm a little older, a little more mature. For me, it started in the 90s. Just, growing up with anime. I mean, I've watched anime since the 80s in Spanish, believe it or not. Voltron and all that stuff. But yeah, in the 90s, a lot of the animes had intros and outros with like some crazy music, and I'd always wonder, like, yo, where does this music come from? Like, it sounds like rock and roll or whatever, but it sounds totally different from anything that was available, in the States,
Yeah.
So that kind of was it for me, like anime, and then eventually digging a little deeper into Japanese culture and music and entertainment. That's kind of what it started. That's how it started for me. And of course, being in New York, like, it's such a melting pot of different cultures. So it was kind of easy for me to be exposed to that kind of stuff, as opposed to somebody that's like in the middle of nowhere at a farm or something. It's kind of like out there for you to look at Visual K or listen to Visual K.
Yeah, it's true.
How about you? How was your foray into Visual K?
I'm trying to remember what came first. in a way, but I remember going to a show and this guy was telling me about some like drummer was better than some other drummer. I was shouting his name at the time. I was screaming Joey Jordison's name at the show because I thought he was the best drummer in the world at the time, ever.
Yeah,
and so I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? In like the high school period, I want to think I know who the best drummer is. I would say his name. Oh, Joey. We know who the best is. I know. I found him.
Of course.
Am I right, everybody?
Yeah.
But somebody told me, nah, that dude sucks. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, the drummer from Japan could like school him or something. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Who the whatever. But for some reason, it hit me that you don't insult my guy. I was like, I'm gonna go check out this dude, and then I checked him out, and I was just like, what the heck is going on? It was since then I just kept going back to those videos and started to kind of understand. It's funny because I had a song on my iPod. Not my iPod. The
Zune.
The Zune.
Yeah.
Yes, it was on my Zune, and I had "Crucify My Love."
Oh, that's such a great freaking song.
Yeah, but it was a crystal box version, so there was no lyrics on it. And I always had it there because it sounded like nice. And then when I saw that I had an ex-Japan song, "Crucify My Love," in there, yeah, we just realized, wait a minute, hold the phone. I have this song from this band that I didn't even know. Like, I just had the music box version to it. It was just weird. And I was like, okay, I guess I was supposed to like this stuff. But also, somebody told me about Madeth Miser, too. I think at the time, she introduced me to a Madeth Miser band, a friend. And it was at the same time. So it was kind of either Madeth Miser or X. One of those came first, which I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's get into Madeth Miser because, we've done a bunch of videos. Like, our very first videos ever on this channel was a cover of Bel Air, right? Yeah. We were just, like, going back to what we were saying, like, just playing PlayStation 4 together, Final Fantasy. We were like, man, wouldn't it be so awesome if we would just, like, play these songs because we've always wanted to play them. Even when we were playing in bands together. And Visual K, inspired bands. We always said, like, yeah, we should learn how to play Baroque. We should learn how to play, like, Bel Air, like, all these cool songs. And we said it again, like, let's actually do it because we have time. Like, we're just locked indoors. It's pandemic. Like, when else are we going to have an opportunity like this? And that's kind of, like, where it all started. Like, Madeth Miser, or Madeth Miser, for those that want that pronunciation, proper pronunciation.
Yeah. Yeah, come and get it.
Yeah, they will in the comments. They always do. But that was kind of what it started for all us. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. I love it. Music just brings it all together again. Because it's like we didn't even live in the same state, but it's what keeps us together. Is music. It's just like, hey, send me your stuff and I'll send you my stuff.
That's what she said, but it's true.
Yeah.
and I did, and we did.
Yeah, it's been around forever. Like, I mean, Madeth, it is part of like the blood of
our blood.
Of our blood. Yeah, that's like, if it's not around, life wouldn't make any sense. I just think.
Listen, put a period at that. All right, period.
Enough said.
I honestly agree. When we first started playing music together, obviously we did live in the same state at the time. But, got separated. But when we were playing together, that was, like, the thing that, like, got us. Like, we were like, we should learn how to play Baroque. And we started kind of, like, a little bit. You were up playing the drums and on the guitar. We were in the shack in the back of your house. Remember, like, just practicing. It's, like, annoying the hell out of all your neighbors. But
now that I'm 30, in my 30s, or whatever, I apologize to those neighbors now. I understand what I was doing to you.
Hey, you know what? Kids gonna kids. Kids
I was a kid.
That's where we come from. Just our little bit of a background in our music history and our friendship history. Just two friends in the back of the shack, jamming out to heavy metal riffs and ballads and. Just diving deep into Visual K, the scene and the realm, right?
well, we wrote some questions down that might help you guys to get to know us a little better. So why don't we start there and let's see how you guys like us.
That's
like
right. We gave ourselves homework, all right? We're the ones that want to, hey, teacher, you didn't give us you forgot to give us homework today.
Shut up. Man.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, so our buddy AI came up with some interesting questions for us.
How's he
he's
doing?
good. He told me he's one of our biggest fans, and he wanted to like get to know us a little bit more intimately. So he went and dug into his pockets of ones and zeros and spat out some questions here for us.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. What he had to ask us?
What inspired you to start a YouTube channel focused on Visual K? Interesting. So that's kind of going back to Mr. Uwu's question, right? Like, why did we decide to start a YouTube channel focused on Visual K? Honestly, it was just kind of like, it was one of the things. I mean, personally, you can give your own point of view, but from what I remember about 3 years ago, we wanted to just play music in general. Like the stuff that we really loved, the things that lit a fire under us, and Visual K has always kind of been one of our diehard passions, right? Amongst other things. Like you mentioned, you were totally into Joey Jordison. Like, he's the man to you. I mean, to me, he's still the man, R.I.P. So, like, death metal and just heavy metal, thrash metal, like, all that, like, all types of music beyond Visual K to include video game music. We wanted to, like, mix all of that stuff into one delicious, sonic pot and, serve it out to y'all digitally. Well, that's what I remember. What do you remember about when we were starting out? Like thinking of ideas about a YouTube channel?
I know that with the page, you're starting it. It helped. Like, well, I have to really learn this because it's like when you do a push-up challenge or something. You bet with your boy. Like, oh, we gotta. Like, I did my 50 today. Did you do yours?
Yeah,
so
right.
I learned the song and I put it up. I got it. We're good. Yeah, like, and it was fun. It's like I could finally play a guitar for like fully through.
Yo,
for the
real.
first time. Like, I never learned a song my whole life, like from beginning to end on guitar. So I was like, that was fun and impressive. And so I just kept it going, and then the music, everything just started to click again. And
like the initial thought, right, when you start. No, it's true. I remember, because. And it happens to a lot of musicians, but including ourselves, like we took kind of like a break from music for a little bit, right? Just because of life, working and moving and stuff like that. But that brought it back. That brought us back into it. Like it brought us back into the world of creating something, right? Not just doing like a task because it needs to be done because you're trying to make a paycheck, but doing something creative because you feel it, like, I don't know, stirring something inside of you. You just needed to let it out. We needed an outlet, right?
Yeah, and not only that, that was something that I was going through at the time medically, and that would help me like focus and get through things too. So that was not only that, but it was everything. Like, it was life. That was just life. Just starting that off, and I'm glad. And now we're at 1,000. I want to keep going.
I know. It was a total domino effect, wasn't it? Like,
for real. I thought I was still at 200, man. For real.
Yeah, because it's going to what you're saying. Like, that's just how it started. It was. Yeah. I needed to let those creative juices out, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
So yeah, it kind of like it really helped, and the beautiful thing was that we got it to do it together because
Absolutely.
We were on the same page, and it's really hard to be on the same page with yourself, let alone with another person. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Speaking on one of the projects that we work on, for Mega Man, for example, like when we first came up with the idea, like. The very first time, do you remember what it was? It was like, when I came up with that idea with the little riff, I was like, I know this dude, if I show it to him, he's gonna shit his pants laughing.
Oh, I did. Laughing. The whole way. The whole from beginning to end. So you killed it with everything else. You handled all that music.
Yeah.
And so that was great. It worked out.
No, I mean it was crazy because it was just an idea. It was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if we take something that was completely unrelated and then
Really
mash them together like as perfect as we could, just so for the sakes of laughs, just so I could show it to my friend, because I know he's gonna be like, this shit is hilarious, like this is so funny. And like we really went there, like we went the extra mile, both of us. I mean, you giving me props on the music, but I gotta give you props on the video, because that was all you, man. I don't know how to do none of those VFX or none of that stuff. Adding
I didn't either. I had to learn, right?
Hey, listen, you learn on the job, right? That's how you.
That's right. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. I mean, and that took us a whole entire year to complete.
Yeah.
You know, because we both had our own parts, like you said. You know, I was working on the music, on the audio, and you were working on the whole entire video and the VFX and everything, filming everything as well. And you know, we had a bunch of different versions. You had a whole entire different version of the video that you completely scrapped. Like you filmed it and everything. You did green screen, and you completely scrapped that version. Same with me. I had like, I don't know, 20 different drafts, 50, maybe more of the song. You know, different guitars. I in that duration of time that passed from when we started working on the song until we ended it, I had bought like two different guitars and stuff like that. You know, like different mics and equipment just to get the sound that I heard in my head that, you know, I just wasn't getting with what I had at the time. So like, you know, just that kind of grind, you know, like that, to get something that you're really satisfied with at the end. I think that was something that, you know, like everybody always talks about, right? It's like, yeah, you work hard, you know, you get rewarded for it, but you know, it's when you're doing it that you really feel it, because like it sucked. There were so many nights that sucked. I was up at 3 a.m. and trying to figure out this bass part, trying to like do something, and it's just not right. And you know, you go to sleep with that feeling of like, man, I am never gonna finish this, or it's never gonna. But you know, you keep at it and you keep pounding away, and that's the most satisfying feeling to me. Like when you finally do it, it's like, man, all that work paid off. Like it's like, even if nobody watches it, like I could say that it's done and like I'm satisfied with it. Like that, there's nothing more satisfying to me, at least, than that so far during this whole journey. You know, maybe some money might be a little more satisfying, but we ain't there quite yet. You know, we're working on it. So yeah, that's some of the trials and tribulations of that we kind of went through starting the channel. A lot of late nights, a lot of nights not sleeping, just working through the night, maybe catching 30 minutes before heading back to work. Because believe it or not, you know, we both work. We don't do YouTube full time at all, like not even a little bit. But even though it is feels like a full time job a lot of times, because there's just so much to do, always. You know, with everything, right? There's always magic behind the curtains, you know.
Yep.
So
100. No, we want to thank all you guys for helping us. You know, though we're working on full-time jobs and all that stuff. You guys, you know, stick around to watch. We thank you, because you know, I know we don't post as much as you guys would like to, and as much as we would love to.
Yeah, I would love
but
to.
But it's just really difficult, but we try our best, and you know, we try to put a lot into one, at least, to, you know, to make up for the ones that we can't give you every time. So, you know, hopefully they're enjoyable for you guys. But we'd like to thank the Patreons and our friends. And I know you were talking about some guy that's been day one.
Yeah, one of our patrons, subscribers. Okay. He's been there since day one. His name is Cameron, or their name is Cameron. You know, we really appreciate the support since we've, you know, the very first week that we had our Patreon page open. They were there for us supporting, and 1 year and 1 year and a month later, they're still there. You know, fully subscribed. You know, we had a lot of people generously donate to our page. You know, even if it's just a couple of bucks here and there, those little donations help a lot, because it's letting us know like there's actually people that are interested in what we're doing, and it's worthwhile, you know, pursuing this. So it's totally, it's like, oh man, thank you so much for even caring at all for our kooky, zany ideas that we came up with playing PlayStations.
You know, like, again, it was going back to, this is more like a mental medicine game for me. Not game, but like a mental thing that helped me, and a health-related thing that helped me get through it. And it's like, if you guys really keep liking it, I'm just trying to, like, and enjoy my, you know, my life right now. And it's like, oh, well, you guys want to enjoy my life with me? That's awesome. Yeah. You know, it's weird but cool.
Yeah, it's like, yo, we're all in this generation together right now. Like, let's enjoy it.
If you snooze, you lose. Or if you snooze, you lose. Whatever you like.
I got Bruce Lee's on my head, but don't call me a Lee head.
Call me a Lee head. That's
Listen.
It. I'd like to thank also, give him a shout out real quick to Mr. Nigata. Thank you, Nigata-san.
Yeah, we want to give a big shout out. I'll say it again. Big shout out to all our supporters. That includes all the people that leave comments on our YouTube videos.
Oh, yes.
On our Instagram. You know, obviously on our Patreon. Like, big shout out to everybody. And special shout out to the people that reached out that wanted to collaborate with us. A lot of people on YouTube, including Eris from Meris, and Hikaya, and Sakuga Asu. Shout out to them. It's just it's crazy because, like, I gotta keep bringing it up, but it's just like, it's just us two, like, you know, just us two chickens here, you know, in our own little world, coming up with crazy ideas about playing music and visual K and video game music. And there's people out there that are actually interested in joining in our kookiness and our zaniness, and that's just that means a lot, because you know, it makes you feel like you're not alone in the world. You know, there's actually people out there with similar you know, interests and mindsets, and it's a beautiful thing, because we need more of that in this world. We need more union, more, you know, coming together.
Teamwork.
More teamwork.
More love.
Yeah, or like Pokemon said, you know, the power of friendship is...
That's it.
That's what's going to save the world. I mean, yeah, I guess the next question really would be, what are our future goals, aspirations for the channel now that we reach 1,000? Oof, that has such a nice ring.
It does.
Yeah, now that we hit, you know, the big 1K, like, what do we do? I mean, this is honestly, I feel like we just getting started. Like, even though we're 3 years deep into this, this is just the beginning, you know? Like,
really? Yes.
Like, I feel like there's just been so much work behind us now, but there's still so much more work in front of us. But, you know, that 1,000 mark is a testament that the work that we've been doing is worthwhile. You know, people are into it, and you know, we've gotten a lot of positive comments. You know, this is the point of the video where we put up all the positive comments that everybody left. And I mean, you know, I go through all of them. I might not respond. I do respond to most of them, and maybe not right away, because, you know, we got lives and everything. But the goal is to make this my life, more so than it already is. Like, it is my life. It has been for the past 3 years, but the goal is to make this full time, so that we can, you know, dedicate ourselves to our craft, you know, to our music, to teaching people, to entertaining them, to being creative and artistic, and to all of that good stuff, baby.
Yeah.
Check it out, all right? Hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell, hit the like. I know you hear that from everybody, but this is how you get to 1,000 subs. This is how you get to 5,000 subs, 10,000, 100,000. This is, you know, we're doing all this work for everybody else. So you know, put in a little bit for us too, so we can make it there. Just a little bit, you know, just you know.
Just before you exit, just click it.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, we really appreciate every single person
100%.
that has viewed our channel, left a comment, subscribed, donated to the Patreon, or just wished us good in their head and never said anything to us at all. Like, seriously, thank you so much. Like, that means the world.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. And we will see you on the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you next one. Deuces.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. The fade these up. Doom, doom. What song's that? Oh, yeah. Doom, 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 doom. Isn't that from like the Opal Therapy?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was also Portlandia, the intro to Portlandia.
Yeah. I never seen the show.
Neither have I, yeah.
Yeah.